Hello lovelies, Cuckoo here, finally continuing my video series of making all the Hogwarts houses in CAS. Today we are doing Slytherin. So I've done looks inspired by the Hogwarts houses before, and I feel like both of my Slytherin looks have been very preppy. At least the second one was preppy. The first one was just kind of rich, and I don't know, like there was a vibe. And I wanted to go for a completely different vibe today. I'm not entirely sure what my vision was starting out. All I really had in my head was like goth grunge. I definitely feel like I went more grunge, less goth. I don't know. I don't know aesthetics. I threw stuff together until I liked it. It took forever to pick hair. I hate the like dyed hairs because they don't match their color swatches, and so you have to like really look through them to find stuff. And I found a few things I liked. I ended up on this like really short green hair. Kind of dig it. Felt like it fit her vibe. Whatever that vibe is. I really had fun with this. I love Slytherins, as I've mentioned many times before. I think it is such a great house. It's interesting to make looks inspired by the houses because there are so many different ways to go, like different personalities fit in each of the houses. It has more to do with like what you value and what your goals are than like who you are as, I mean, that's part of who you are as an individual, but it's not like the complete picture. I don't know, I had fun doing a more alternative vibe. Her formal wear outfit is totally over the top. I found this like cool silver dress, but it was definitely very like fancy, and so I had to kind of grunge it up a bit. Had to go with the fishnets, obviously. And these insane boots that I completely fell in love with. Also, I'm not sure if I've mentioned this before, I record my audio completely separate from my video in my like Speedcast. I know a lot of people like watch the footage and talk over it, but if I do that, I can't cut out a lot of the stupid stuff I say, and I say a lot of stupid stuff. So I just kind of record audio and then speed up the video to match, so I have absolutely no idea where you're at in the video right now, which makes it hard to talk about like the individual looks, but I do want to discuss them. I also want to talk about Hogwarts Legacy, which was the whole reason I started this series. I actually haven't been playing very much. Not because I don't love it. I think it's the opposite. I think I'm kind of hoarding it. I don't want it to end. The story's really good. I'm also trying to 100% it, and I think I might regret that choice. I like doing all of the side stuff and like trying to find every single treasure chest and stuff like that. Like it's fun, but it's like very different than going in and playing the story. And it's like, I get this decision lock when I go to play of like, should I be focusing on collectibles or should I be focusing on story? And I like the story more, even though I like getting all the collectibles. I'm starting to understand why most people will like play through the game once and then do a 100% playthrough. Probably should have done that. But now I feel like I'm too far in, if that makes sense. Like I found all the Merlin trials and I don't know, I've already done a lot of stuff. It's hard to choose. So instead of choosing, I've just been like bouncing between games, which is unusual for me. I usually stick with like one or two. And I've like been playing Sims on my own, but I've also been playing No Time to Relax. I don't even know how to describe it. It's kind of like the game of life-ish, but it's more like competitive. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird one for me to be obsessed with, especially because I feel like I've kind of optimized it. Like if I was playing against real people, I probably would lose, but I've been playing against a computer and I win every time. But I think that's part of the reason I've been playing it. I've just needed that like satisfaction of playing a game I know I can win. I also got really into Bear and Breakfast. I got that for like Christmas and only recently have really started playing it, and it's really fun. A little more management sim than I expected, but with a weird like collecting element. I don't know, it's kind of trying to be more than one thing, but I like everything that it is. It's pleasant. I was also playing 2 Point Campus, speaking of management sims. I don't even know what else. Like, I have literally just been bouncing through the games that I own and games on Game Pass. Oh, I started Hollow Knight, speaking of games on Game Pass. It's really good. I die a lot, and I feel self-conscious when Lady Violet comes in and watches, so then I stop playing. Because I'm like, I'm bad at it. Even though I know that like part of the game is dying repeatedly, I still just feel like I'm dumb. I need games I know I can win right now, and Hollow Knight is not that game. Anyway, I do want to pass Hogwarts Legacy. I feel like I really need to just focus on the story, because that's the part I care about right now. I mentioned in my Hufflepuff video that the Slytherin characters in Hogwarts Legacy are the best, and seriously, the part I'm at right now, Sebastian's story has gotten so intense and dark, and it's really good. I'm taking the screenshots for the end of this video as I record the audio, and I'm kind of regretting not doing anything on her face. Like, I thought about a beauty mark or some moles. I tried them on, I took them off, but taking the screenshots, I'm like, I probably should have done something. I don't know. I'm always iffy on that stuff. I like how she came out. She's very odd. Her party wear especially. There are these pants that have like a scales pattern, and I was like, I have to do that for my Slytherin sim. Like, it's a requirement. And they're amazing, but I could not find a top to go with them, and then the top I did find is so very weird. I was between two, and one of them was kind of weird, but in a more like toned down sort of way. It actually made her very like monochromatic and boring in that regard. And the one I went with is definitely not boring. It is something. I don't know. I thought this was a really interesting character. I struggled to figure out her traits. Like, she's ambitious, obviously, because she's my Slytherin sim. But then I really had to think about it, and I wound up making her a maker, just because I felt like that went with, like, the ambitious but countercultural. Like, she's off doing her own thing. She's probably not in it to, like, make a lot of money. Instead, she's doing, like, trades, and, you know, she's famous maybe for some sort of like art. Now I'm getting that she does like sculptures out of like recycled cans, you know, like that kind of thing. She's avant-garde, countercultural, rebellious. And her last trait is self-assured, because you have to be self-assured to be all those other things. I named her Sylvia Parkinson just because Pansy Parkinson was the only Slytherin, like not main character Slytherin I could think of. Like, she wasn't gonna be a Malfoy. She could have been a Malfoy. I don't know why my Hogwarts house sims have to like share a name with someone else from that house. Just me making my book references, I guess. I feel like I've said this so many times, but just like, I love Harry Potter so much. The books are so good. Also, I once heard someone make fun of how Americans pronounce Harry Potter, and now every time I say it, I just hear Harry Potter. I know we say duh instead of tuh, I'm sorry. But I love these books. I love that, you know, knowing our Hogwarts house is such a part of our culture. It makes me so happy that I can talk to almost anybody. You know, I meet somebody, and one of the first questions I ask is, what is your Hogwarts house? And suddenly we're having like a 2-hour conversation about Harry Potter. And that's just amazing. Can you imagine creating something with like that much cultural significance? I cannot. I can only dream. But, you know, I'm not jealous. Like, I'm just glad I have Harry Potter in my life. And I had so much fun making this Slytherin. She's all tatted up. I don't normally make Sims with tattoos. It's just not something I think about because I don't have tattoos. I would never get a tattoo. Apart from anything else, I hate needles with all my soul. If I got a tattoo, it would be the tattoo that Phoebe gets, you know, where she's like, it's the whole world as seen from heaven, because it's one blue dot. That would be me. But I liked her tattoos. I don't know. I don't know. I, again, don't really know what vibe I was going for or what vibe I succeeded in portraying, but I like her. I would be really interested to hear what you think of her, because we are coming up on the end now.
Salazar Slytherin had his own plans. He thought the Muggle-borns didn't understand the subtleties of magic, and so he devised the Chamber of Secrets with a monster inside.
So that is Sylvia Parkinson, my Slytherin sim. Let me know what you thought. What is your Hogwarts house? If you're a Slytherin, I would especially like to know what you think of this aesthetic. Also, if you have any other ideas for like a specific style that would like fit Slytherin. If you're a Ravenclaw or a Gryffindor, let me know what you would like to see. I'm gonna make those sims soon, so I would love some feedback on what you would like to see. I feel like I'm really rambly and all over the place, but I have a lot of fun doing these videos. I appreciate you guys so much. Leave a comment, leave a like. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next episode. Bye!